Can you turn that other music off? The other music, can that go off? The other music.
Oh.
So you want to turn that off?
It works.
Okay, well. Diego, we're in such big suspense, man. Who do you have?
I'm on an island with the Carolina Panthers this week, and I'm very confident in it. All right?
Diego, stop it. Carolina, they won't be a good team this decade. So stop picking them. Your quarterback, yeah, he's a decent quarterback, but he don't have anybody around him. Just stop picking Carolina, man. It's gonna make you lose. If you want to compete with me, you better start making these type of picks. You better start picking with your head and not with your heart.
Yeah, man. Those are fire.
Courtesy of Pick'em Pros.
That's right.
Like and subscribe.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a crowd.
Woo! That's how you start a show, man. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for coming out, y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros. Coming back at you in the house with a special episode of Who You Got, father-son dynamic duo. And we've got Desmond Clark, former tight end for the Chicago Bears, joining us later. He's been hiding, so we've sent the authorities out for him, and we've gotten word that he will be joining us later. So I am so happy because I was terrified, man.
Yeah, I was terrified. I kept beating him every single week, and I thought we just couldn't find him.
Yeah.
I was too scared.
Yes. So we'll hear. I'm sure he'll have a lot to say now that he's been rescued. So can't wait to talk about him with these picks, man. But how you doing, man? You on a little win streak?
Doing good. I'm on a three-week win streak. Is that right?
Yeah, but who's counting?
Me, I'm counting. Everyone else is counting. Everyone in the world is counting.
Yeah, you're hot right now. You're hot right now, but it's a long season. You know, it's an 18-week season, and I got a long way to go. I'm definitely going to do the LeBron James chase down block on you and Desmond Clark. So I'm not concerned at all.
How far are you back?
I'm back there a little bit, but we're not really counting. If I just get a game or two a week, that's all I need. I don't have to do anything crazy right now. It's all good.
All right.
It's all good.
Good luck.
And
need it.
By the look of y'all's picks, yeah, I'm gonna be good. I can just sit back and chill. You're gonna come back to the pack. See, it's like the NFL, like Bill Belichick said. Most games in the league are lost more than they're won. And that's basically what's gonna happen here.
Well, you're gonna need it.
All right. Hey, shout out to Kings. Thank you, Kings, for letting us be here. It is a pleasure being here. Big shout out to Kings. Big shout out to Kings. Make sure you sign up, playatkings.com. Sign up for their rewards program. man, you can get wings on Monday. Monday's the day. Come out Monday night, watch Monday Night Football, sign up for their rewards program, and you'll get some free wings in addition to that. So yes,
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
pretty
Do
cool.
that. Check out Kings. You definitely want to do that. All right. Well, hey, we're gonna get into it. We have some fire guests today. We can't wait for the guests to join us today. We have Gridiron Gang football team is in the building. All right, make some noise. All right. We've got the head coach, Rome McLean, joining us today. He's going to join us in a second. He's going to talk all things NFL with us, so we can't wait for him to join us. We've got from the Sleuth Podcast, we've got Jamie. Jamie in the building here. All right. She is a receiver for football, but she also is a detective. She's a PI. All right, so she's very, very mysterious. That's why you notice for everyone else we're showing pictures, but for her we showed like a logo. She's very mysterious. So we can't wait to have her on here today. We have someone that is taking the golf world by storm and is going to totally dominate. You know, it was amazing what Tiger Woods did, but if you think Tiger was something, you ain't seen nothing yet. We've got Liv joining us. Yes, Olivia. Live under par. Cannot wait to talk to her. She is in the building. All right. And then last but not least, he's joining us at the end of the show. Is Clayton in the building? Is Clayton in the building? Clayton, North Carolina? Clayton, not yet. Clayton's in the sea. Y'all don't know. You don't know what's up. Let me tell you something. Kenny Collins is the coach of Clayton High, their basketball team, and they are loaded. They are loaded and poised to win the state championship this year. If you don't know, now you know. They are going to join us, and we can't wait to talk to Kenny Collins. So he's going to join us at the end of the show. All right, so we've got a fire show, but let's get into these NFL topics. Hey, Ron, why don't you come on up here and join us? We've got Diego's personal trainer, football coach, receiver coach, defensive back coach. He knows a lot about football. So we got an expert in the building that's going to join us to talk about some of the hottest topics here. All right. So, Jerome, man, so when the football season started this year, you know, Diego was fully focused on being a wide receiver.
Absolutely.
And then once the season started, we learned that they wanted to play him at corner and get some time at corner. So we said, oh, man, okay, we better get on this. And you quickly pivoted and started working with him and helped him get his first pick, nasty one-handed pick last week, man.
Sir.
So appreciate that.
Good job, brother.
Big shouts to you. So, hey, tell everybody if they need personal training and if they want their kids to make nasty one-handed interceptions, how do they reach you, man?
Yeah, We Elite Sports on social media. We Elite Sports on Facebook and Instagram. Sports training for all ages, all sports, really.
All right. Ooh, well, man, who's your favorite NFL team?
Dallas Cowboys.
Are the Dallas Cowboys in the building? Okay. Well, let's talk about the Cowboys for a minute.
Let's do it.
All right. So the Cowboys look like they're in a little bit of trouble right now.
A lot of trouble.
Diego, why don't you kick us off, man? What's the state of the Cowboys in your opinion right now?
Well, I'm pretty worried about the Cowboys. They're only 2-2, right? Well, 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
Barely won against the Giants, lost against the Ravens convincingly, and the Saints. So, I mean, I'm very worried about them. And being in the same division as the Eagles and the Commanders, it's going to be tough to come out of.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough to come out of there. What do you think, Ron?
It's only It's a quarter away into the season.
Okay.
It's a lot of football left. 13 games left. Anything can happen. Are we a little banged up? Yes. But the season is not over. The season is not over. We need to make some trades. I believe we need to make some trades. We got some key players on defense from a rush standpoint that's beat up, but I think we'll be all right. I think we still have finished the season 10-7.
Ooh, 10-7. And I'm hearing Super Bowl in the crowd. All right. Spoken like a true Dallas Cowboy fan. All right. Okay. So there is a great wide receiver named Davante Adams. Looks like there's some issues going on in Vegas right now. He wants out. I think after watching the receiver episode, I think they're done with him as well. So I believe it's mutual. Diego, should the Dallas Cowboys go get Davante?
I think they should try and go get Davante. If they really want to go out and try to win a Super Bowl, pair him up with CD, then I think they got a shot.
Okay. So Rome, now you said the Cowboys need to make some moves, but you said they need to make some moves on the defensive side. Do they need to go get Davante?
Absolutely, because defense is the Achilles heels right now. They're struggling. We can't stop the run, so we need to put a lot of points up. And you do that when you have two number one receivers that you can pick apart the defense. You absolutely should go after Davante Adams. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I think they should as well. The Cowboys are very one-dimensional. They're not able to run the ball.
Right.
CD Lamb is great, but you can double him, and that's definitely the formula right now to beat the Cowboys. So they need help. They need to get somebody. But for Davante Adams overall, Diego, where's the best fit for Davante?
I had a few teams I think Davante would fit great for. The Baltimore Ravens, I think he would take them over the top. Buffalo Bills, same with them. The Commanders, if he was on the Commanders, I think they would be contenders to win the NFC. And the Cowboys and Steelers. So out of those teams, I would say the best fit is the Ravens, I think, because they're so close. And if they get Davante with Zay Flowers, and they could win it all.
Okay. So, yeah, what do you think, Ron? Where's the best fit for Davante outside of your Cowboys?
The best fit, I would say Jets number one, because you get to pair him back up with Aaron Rodgers, his buddy, somebody he know they can get him the ball with no question. And I like the Baltimore Ravens for sure. You got Zay Flowers. You can put Davante out there. You got the run game. I definitely think that'll just take Lamar to a whole nother level. Those are my top two, but my sleeper one would be the New Orleans Saints because of his relationships with Derek Carr.
Right. Yeah, he definitely has a great relationship there. I think for the Saints, salary cap wise, it'll be tough for them to get him, but he would be a great fit unquestionably. There's no doubt about that. Okay, all right. Well, did you how far with one last Cowboy question? We'll get back to them later because we know they have the big matchup against the Steelers. So I'm happy we got some Steeler fans in the building too. So hopefully, we'll keep it peaceful here today. But did you tell us how far the Cowboys are going to go this season?
I can't. I'm a realist when it comes to football.
Okay.
I don't go with my heart. I go with my mind. Right now, we don't look like we're a Super Bowl contender team, but again, we have 13 games to make that proof.
They can make that move.
I like us still for a chance to win the division. That's why I got us 10-7. As long as we give ourselves a chance to go to the playoffs, we have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. So
Okay.
that's how I look at it.
All right.
Absolutely.
Now, if they make that move, they get Davante, you definitely have to put them in there.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think they have to. I don't even think it's Davante that will take us over. I just think we need that running back.
Okay.
We'll see. Hopefully they can bring Dalvin Cook up off the practice squad. He's still young in his prime, 28. At least give him a chance. We can't run the ball now. Might as well see if he can.
Yeah. Now, Diego, didn't the Cowboys bring a running back in this year?
Dalvin Cook.
Nope.
He's on the practice
Nope.
squad.
No, we
Nope, didn't bring anybody in.
We're not talking about Cook. We're talking about
Oh, they did. Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah.
Ezekiel, man.
I believe they got rid of Zeke a year too early.
Yeah.
One more year, he would have still probably had 1,000-yard season, and then after that.
Okay.
So I think they let him go a year too early, but he's not that Zeke of 3 or 4 years ago for sure.
Not the
I
same.
like Zeke, but nah.
Yeah.
You don't see him doing this anymore, do you?
No.
It just don't happen.
I've not seen him. No.
We ran him in the ground.
He is not eating anymore. He is not
Years
eating
ago.
anymore.
For real.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next hot topic. Well, we do have a comment. Cowboys won't beat the Lions game October 13th. Yeah, Mom. I don't see that happening. I do not see that happening. I definitely don't think they'll beat the Lions, but we'll get to that. All right. So next, let's go to the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are the surprise team right now. I think most people had the Vikings last in the NFC North.
You
either
did
them
too.
or the Bears.
You did too.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about it. I'm saying most
Okay.
people, most pundits, and I'm quite sure Rome had the Vikings last when he predicted as well.
I probably would have had the Bears last. I'm not a true believer of Caleb Williams. So
Yeah.
even when he was at USC.
Okay, so with the Vikings, Diego, are they number one? Are they for real? Number two, Are they the best in the NFC?
I think they're definitely for real. They're definitely a contender, but I think the number one team's still the Lions. They're 3-1. They've been playing great this year,
Okay.
and I think they're still the number one team. But the Vikings definitely a contender.
Okay. Do we have any Detroit Lion fans in the building? Okay. We got shout out to the Lions fans. Shout out to all of our Detroit fans. We got a lot of Detroit family. You know what I'm saying? My mom's from Detroit. We got Mike Sims in the building, VP of TNT Detroit. We got Detroit fam here in the back. Make some noise. We got Detroit in the building. All right. So Rome, the Vikings, are they for real?
I believe they are. Sam Darnold is showing why he was highly sought coming out of USC.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, sometimes you get picked so early, kind of like Bryce, and then you get to the wrong system. And so Sam Darnold finally got a coach that can coach offensively and put him in the right position. So I like him. And then you got Jefferson, probably in most people's eyes, the number one receiver in the league.
Right.
Got a run game for the most part. I think they believe, but I still have the Lions number one in that division.
You have the Lions number one.
But I can see two teams coming out of that division.
Okay. Now Sam Darnold, wasn't Sam Darnold with the Panthers?
Yes.
He just didn't fit well with the Panthers.
He had what we call a cup of coffee.
Okay.
He just didn't fit well. It's okay.
Oh, he didn't.
We have
fit
Andy
well.
Dalton.
Okay, you got Andy Dalton. All right. Okay, I'm wondering about that. Yeah, because now, okay, here's a question. At the quarter poll, we're a quarter way through the NFL season.
Okay.
Is Sam Darnold the MVP right now?
Yes.
MVP.
Yeah, he's the MVP. Like, he was 8th in passing yards going into this week. I think he was 6th in passing yards coming this week. 1st in touchdowns. He only has like 3 picks this year. So he's definitely the front runner for MVP right now.
Okay.
And
Wrong.
people don't know he's in his prime too.
No,
Like,
I
he's
don't.
27.
He is just 27. That's true.
Nah. I still think it's Lamar Jackson.
Ooh,
Even though they only lost 2 games, they lost 2 games.
2-2.
His numbers are really well. He's
Okay.
still putting up Lamar-like MVP numbers. I like Lamar.
Like Lamar.
Still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lamar is he's 2-time MVP. Very dangerous. I think Josh Allen had it for sure. But with the loss this past week, I think that tipped him down.
I mean, you can put Patrick Mahomes in that conversation every time.
Yeah.
And they're winning. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So what about last thing, Justin Jefferson? So he got paid.
yes.
All right. And we know what happens a lot of times when players, period, but especially receivers, when they get paid, sometimes there's a drop off. But he's looking good so far, Diego.
Yeah. I got him on my fantasy team, so I'm happy I drafted him. Got him low in the draft.
You were able to get him a little low.
Yeah, I got him low. He's been playing great and putting up Justin Jefferson-like numbers still. So
Absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs and Travis Kelce.
Okay.
All right, is our last bit of news before we move on. So Travis Kelce started off slow. First of all, he had it down. He's been down the last few seasons. Been down. But he's turned it on in the playoffs. Okay. But this year, the first few games of the season, it's been a bigger drop. Okay. But last week finally stepped up and put some numbers in once Rashee Rice went down. Is Travis Kelce back?
no, I don't think he's back. I mean, I think he's still arguably the best tight end of the league. He's arguably the best tight end in the league if he tries, but he's just not going to be able to keep it up for the rest of the year. Like, he still wants to have some in the tank left for the playoffs, so I don't think he's back.
Okay. I don't think he's back. What about you, Ron?
What was the question?
Travis Kelce. Is Kelce back?
Is he back?
Did he ever leave?
I don't think he ever left. I think because they got more weapons like Worthy and Rice before he got hurt, they was less predicated on needing him.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now you got these receivers, and a quarterback best friend is somebody that can stretch the field.
Right.
And those speed receivers can do that for Pahone. So he wasn't more predicated on him. Because a lot of times if you watch those early games, it wasn't a lot of play calls for Travis Kelce, right? So, but now I think with the injury to Rice, you're going to see a lot more Travis Kelce.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
A lot more Kelce. So with the injuries, can Kansas City, because Kansas City was the favorite going into this year. All right. Even though They are not as loaded as they've been in the past. They've won back-to-back Super Bowls, so they were the favorite to three-peat. But now with all the injuries that they have, Diego, would you still consider the Chiefs the favorite to win the Super
No, I
Bowl?
wouldn't. I mean, without Rasheed Rice for probably the rest of the year, then they're definitely not the same team. They're going to rely on Travis more, which I don't think that's a good thing. And yeah, I just don't think they have enough firepower to compete with like the Ravens and the Bills.
Okay. What about you, Ron?
Can't count them. You can get. It's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
We said that 2 years ago, right? When Tyreek Hill left.
we did.
Oh yeah, they can't do it. They can't do it. And he showed everybody that I could still win without the best receiver in the league at the time. So, they still the favorite until someone can knock them off the throne. I do believe just Andy Reid himself, they'll make a splash for someone that's going to help them in that passing game. So until somebody beat Kansas City, nope, they are still the favorite to win. To do the three-peat.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll still go with them. All right. I like that. Well, hey, let's move on to our next topic, which is you, Rome. So you're standing in. So Christopher Davis, who's been with us for the last several weeks, great commentator, had a car accident today. So we want to send our best to him and I wish him a speedy recovery. So Rome, thanks for staying a little longer with us today. We really appreciate that. But Rome, you are the coach of the Gridiron Gang.
Yes, sir.
Gridiron Gang, flag football team.
Yes, sir.
So man, tell us. So how did you get into coaching flag football?
Oh, it was February of 2015. I've been doing it since that long. A guy I knew that was coaching women's flag football was building a team that Jamie was on. They asked me to. My background is I'm a quarterback, so he was like, "Hey, I want you to come work with my offense and help my quarterbacks." And I was like, maybe. Then he said, "It's women's flag football." I said, "No." I was like, no. But anyway, I ended up coming out there anyway. I fell in love with it, and now it's almost 10 years later.
Yeah.
I've had the number one team here in North Carolina.
All right.
Now with a new team, and I built the league up here in North Carolina. I helped grow the women's flag football game here in North Carolina, bringing some of the biggest tournaments to the state of North Carolina, where we got teams that's coming from D.C., Virginia, Florida, and Georgia to play in our big tournaments here. We put on a Christmas tournament every year, going on the 8th year now, called the Santa Bowl in December, where we raise toys for kids. And we get, again, teams that come from out of state to play in that tournament as well. So I got into it, fell in love with it, and I wanted to help grow the game for the women more than anything.
Love that.
And so we done that, and it's only getting better. Helped get it into high schools here recently as well this spring, and it's only growing from here.
Love that.
Yeah,
Love that.
absolutely.
Now, Diego, you had a question for Rome as well, right?
Yeah, my question was, how are you feeling about the Cowboys this year as contenders?
I mean, listen, I'm a realist, and until we show and prove to people that we are a contender, we're not a contender. That's how I look at it. We got to prove. That's just like anything in life, right? If you've been the underdog your whole life, right, you just got to prove the naysayers, prove them wrong.
Okay.
So in order for the Cowboys to shut everybody up, they need to go win a Super Bowl, at least get to a Super Bowl, right? So right now, I'm a believer, but they also got to show me too and prove it to me as well. So that's how I am.
All right. So now we have one of your players, one of your former players, who I believe her nickname is Dez.
That's right.
As in Dez Bryant. That's in the crowd right now. Her name is real name is Jamie. She's going to be our next guest. Is going to come on in a second. But before we bring her on, man, what's her route running like?
So Dez, so she got the nickname Dez because she was a Cowboys fan, and her favorite players were Dez Bryant.
Okay.
So, and she wore the jersey number 88. And so Jamie didn't start. She started actually. Jamie played many positions though. She was a snapper. She was a center.
Oh wow!
Right. We let her play. I want to say one time we was going to a tournament in D.C. and my offensive coordinator at the time, his name is D, but we call him Ruff. I want to say he had to play quarterback one time and hand the ball off in certain formations and stuff like that. So she could run routes enough. You know, back then I was still learning flag football. I didn't really know it enough.
Right.
So if I knew then what I know now, we wouldn't have never lost the game. So
Okay. All right.
it took me a little chance to learn, because coming in the flag, a lot of people think it's just like tackle. And although we play 8-on-8 contact, so we still can block people open hand, it's really different. And so if you're coming from a background like me and tackle football,
Right.
that's how you're trying to teach it.
Right.
So I learned long. It took me about a year to figure it out. But once I started figuring it out, it was like so for the rest of the North Carolina.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, Jamie's a great player, great teammate, a lot of spirit. Come to practice. That's most important. Coming to practice
Yes, very much
and want to
so.
get better. And and we had a lot of moments, good moments. And we always had some not so good moments, but we overcame them and got through it. It's just like a big family when you play flag football.
Oh,
you have your
yeah.
ups and your downs, but everybody still come together and the goal is to win.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah. I'm just bringing up the team here, Gridiron Gang, right there. So we had the pleasure of seeing you guys play a couple weeks ago, and man, it was very, very entertaining, fast paced, and we can't wait to get out there and watch you again.
Yes, every Sunday we have a bye week tomorrow, but we play in the league. Our league is still having games, so we play at Briar Creek Community Park. So so we got a bye week. We back at it the 13th. I think that's Sunday the 13th.
Right.
And then the following weekend we're going to a tournament called Lynn Lewis Tournament in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for 3 days, and it's over 80 teams in that tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how big it is.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, thank you for joining us. Everybody,
Yeah,
give a round of
absolutely.
applause for Rome. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
We're
Absolutely.
gonna take a quick 30-second break, and we're gonna bring one of Rome's prodigies on here, Jamie, and we're gonna talk to her a little more about her on and off the field career. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Cool.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise for Jamie. All right.
Thank you.
What's going on, Jamie?
Not much. Super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Love podcasting.
Yes.
So this is different with all the cameras.
Yeah, it is a pleasure having you here. I had the pleasure of being on your podcast, Sleuth podcast. Had the pleasure of being on that just last week. So that
Yes.
dropped a few days ago.
Yep, that came out last Tuesday. Excellent episode. Good vibes. So appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thank you. So I think Diego, you have a question for Jamie.
So I was wondering, what's your favorite NFL team?
Of course, I'm a Cowboys fan all day.
Got it.
And I still have hope we're going to the Super Bowl. So I'll be the delusional
Okay,
Cowboys
you're
fan.
the delusional Cowboys
That's okay.
fan. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all right. That's all right. It's all right. So just tell us about we want to stick with the football theme, but then we definitely have to get into what you do for a living right now.
Sure.
But let's talk about flag football. How'd you get into flag?
I was picking up my kid one day from the Boys and Girls Club, or maybe I don't know where. Let me remember how that happened. I was actually running, I think, at one of the parks somewhere, and the guy that was working with Rome saw me, asked me, was I interested in playing football? Had no intentions on playing football. I'm kind of a scaredy cat. I don't like to get hurt and stuff like that. But I decided, if I could run some routes, I could lose some weight, and that would be a good thing. So, and love football, so all parts of it.
All right.
So met Rome. Rome was excellent. He taught me, what I know about running routes and playing football. And so, I kind of miss it. I need to get back.
Yeah. You can definitely get back. So I know they're about mid-season right now. Is there any chance that you'll be back? What next season maybe?
I don't know. We'll talk about it. Rome, will he have me? If he has me, I'll go back.
Okay. If he has,
You're right. You're right. Always playing.
okay, she's still around. Okay, they never stop. So Rome is saying in the crowd that they never stop. It's a it's a year-round thing, so you can just jump back in whatever. Now I think Jamie might be saying if the money's right, then should we back? Is that correct?
That would be lovely.
You
Absolutely.
get an NIL.
Little contract. Okay. Derek, he led me back to you.
It comes back to me. All right. So, hey, Jamie, you have what seems to me to be the coolest profession in the world. You are a private eye.
I am.
Tell it how did that happen? So you got to just break that down for us.
So the Lord gave me my job. I had a loss in my life. Didn't quite know how I was going to recover from that. I met Mr. Blackman, who was the former owner of Blackman Detective Services.
Yeah.
And we had a great relationship, kind of hit it off, and he taught me everything he knows. He is a former Raleigh police detective, did homicide. So I just got to hang out with him and learn how to, solve the puzzles, and, loved it. I was great at it. And so I bought the company in 2019, and we're still rocking.
Yeah,
So,
still rocking.
yeah.
Still rocking. All right. Yes. So what type of cases do you normally take on? What do people normally come to you for?
Yeah, so we specialize primarily in domestic cases, so cheaters, cohabitation cases, anything that can be nefarious in the relationship. We work on those. We also do custody cases, and then we work criminal cases. So we do a lot of litigation support where we're, working with IDS and, the defense of people who have criminal charges and stuff going on. But it's fun. We get to help people work through difficult situations and, find ways to, find peace.
Yeah.
Whether it's, a good thing or a bad thing, knowledge is power.
So how can people get in touch with you if they need your services? How do they reach you?
Yeah, so please first follow us on the Sleuth Podcast Instagram page. You can listen to the podcast there and, interact with us on social media there. Facebook, Blackman Detective Services, and then always website, blackmanpi.com.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. So any one last question to get you out of here to bring it back to football. So we already know you're a delusional Cowboy fan.
Yes.
We know that there's a chance, maybe small chance, you might get back into flag football.
I'm going.
What would you tell somebody out there that's watching that wants to get into playing football, but is maybe a little apprehensive, maybe a little scared? What advice would you give them?
Well, trying new things is what life is all about. You don't want to be afraid of, doing things that you've never done before. You have no idea what your capabilities are. Find a coach, who's willing to work with you, be patient with you, especially as a new player. And as long as you show up, go to practice and work hard, you'll do great. You'll find a position that works for you and your talents, and that's it.
All right. Yep. Love it. Well said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jamie one more time.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Jamie, aka Des. So she's gonna give the Cowboys that mojo.
AKA number one PI.
Number one PI. Okay, there we go. Number one PI. Well, no, thank you for being here. We're gonna get to we're gonna start to get to our picks for Week 5 next. But thanks again, Jamie. We're gonna take another 30-second break.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. All right, you ready to get into these picks? Come on, let's make some picks. Week 5 Week 5 NFL. It's time. It's time to make some money. It's time for me to get back in it. You know, I've been messing around way too long. I'm excited. I'm motivated. See, you know, I got tired. You know what I mean? I became complacent. You know, I won season 1. That was pretty easy.
Now on season 2.
You know, well, you kind of shared it. You shared that with Des. But, you know, I had to leave for most of that time. But now it's time to get to it. Now you've woken me up. You've been talking a lot of trash. So now I'm about to get serious about these picks. Okay? But what we're going to start with is we have 8 no-brainer picks. So these are the picks that we actually agree on. So we're going to start with these picks, and then we're going to go to our next guest who's going to be Liv. All right? But let's get to our no-brainer picks. So, Diego, man, go ahead and start us off. Who's first?
All right. First no-brainer is the London game. New York Jets going against the Minnesota Vikings. We all have the Vikings this one. I mean, the Vikings 4-0. I think they go to 5-0, showing like a real contender. So we all got them.
Yeah. I think definitely the Vikings have proven that they are for real. Like we said before, you know, a lot of times when the teams travel overseas, especially if they're a hot team, that can make them fall off. But I think the Vikings seem to be locked in, and they'll definitely take care of business. So I think you can book that one. We agree on that one. All right, my man. What's the next one?
All right, next no-brainer is the Colts going to Jacksonville to play the Jags. And we all have the Jags in this one. The 0-4 Jags getting their first win. I mean, they're at home. Indy has their backup quarterback. So we all think Jacksonville is getting their first win.
Yeah, definitely have the Jags going ahead and taking care of business here. Even though they are 0-4, they're the more desperate team. That's been the theme so far this year. It seems like the team that's been more desperate has been the team that has won. So I think the Jags will definitely take care of business here. The Colts, I think Richardson is not going to play.
Yeah, they got Joe Flacco.
Oh, yeah, Joe Flacco. So yeah, I think the Jags take care of business and win this one. They are the 3-point favorite at home. All right, what's the next one?
Next no-brainer is the Browns going to Washington to play the Commanders. We all have the Commanders this one. The Commanders are hot, 3-1 at home. Jay and Daniels looking like an MVP contender. So we all got Commanders.
We all have the Commanders. Commanders are a 3-point favorite. They are at home, looking great. Their quarterback is looking amazing, Jaden Daniels. But I'm hearing in the crowd that there's a trap game. So we're going to see. Is this a trap game? Now, it's certainly, if you look up trap game, it has the makings of a trap game. But I think the Commanders still win this game.
Browns might be the worst team in the league, not going to lie.
Yeah. And Deshaun just has not put it back together.
Yeah.
He's not put it back together since being with the Browns. So I don't know if he'll ever get it. All right, and Brandon, shout out to Brandon, man. He also agrees with the Commanders there, 3-point favorite. All right, what's the next no-brainer?
Next no-brainer, Arizona Cardinals playing the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. We all have the Niners this one. They're getting a little bit healthier. Debo's back. Kittle's healthy. They're just without McCaffrey, but I think the Niners pull it out at home against Cardinals.
Yeah. I think the Niners take care of business here. 7-point favorite. I think that's a lot, though. 7-point
that's a lot. Yeah.
I think it's
going to be close.
Yeah, I think that's going to be close. That's a division game. Kyler Murray is due for a big game. He and Harrison, I think they show up here. But 49ers win this one by 3 or 4. I would not take them in 7. So let's go to the next one here. We got the
Raiders. Next no-brainer is the Las Vegas Raiders going to Denver to play the Broncos. We all have the Broncos in this one. The Raiders be without Davante again. Davante's hurt. Denver, they're looking pretty good. They pulled a few wins together, so I'm confident the Broncos will win.
Okay, so Davante's hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt. Apparently he's hurt. It says on the injury report.
Okay, hurt. Got a hammy. Okay, hammy. Now, okay, so he's hurt, but what happens if Cowboys, Saints, Commanders, if they happen to pick him up next week, is he still going to be hurt?
No, I won't be hurt anymore. It'll magically get better.
It'll heal. Okay,
it'll heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I was just wondering. Wondering what the severity is. That seems to be week to week. All right. What's the next one, Diego?
Next no-brainer is the Giants going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. We all have the Seahawks in this one. Seattle, they're 3-1, having a pretty good year. The Giants are without their key player, Malik Neighbors, without him. So they have no shot of being anybody without Neighbors. So we all have the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for them because with Neighbors, the Giants were actually playing better.
Yeah.
I think they had a real shot to beat the Cowboys, actually, but they lost Neighbors, so their season is over right now.
Yeah.
Seattle's beating all of the mediocre teams, so they'll easily win this one at home. They'll probably win this one even by more than 6.5, so you can probably take the over on that.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one?
Next no-brainer, Green Bay Packers traveling to LA, play the Rams. We all have the Packers this one. Of course, the Rams are without their top two receivers, Kupp and Puka, and so all got the Packers. They're just a better team. They're healthy with Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, they're back together, so we all got the Packers.
Okay, so the Packers, let's stay on that for a second. The Packers, you got Jordan Love healthy, but do they look better with Jordan Love or do they look better before?
They're going to look about the same.
About the same?
About the same.
Yeah.
He turned the ball over a lot.
I think, Jordan Love's turned the ball over a lot. I think Jordan Love, he pulled a Dak a couple years ago. You know how Dak was rushing to get back when he was out because Cooper was coming in and balling out? Jordan Love hurried up. He made sure he came back as soon as possible. Because
Malik was looking good.
They look really good. They look really good with the backup. So it's interesting. But I think if he would have been out another week or two, that you'd hear more rumblings about that. But they came back, lost a close one to the Vikings. But I tell you what, though, if they mess around and lose this week, it's going to be.
No, it's not. He has 60 million more in his pockets than Malik, so they want to play.
He did get paid.
They want to keep Jordan Love.
He just got paid. That's why they should have waited, actually.
Yeah,
they should have waited. They didn't really.
Is this an extra home game for them too?
That's right.
You know, LA is.
It is. So. It is. Okay, last no-brainer before we bring Liv on, and then we've got Desmond Clark joining us a little later virtually to talk about the hot games this week. So we'll get into that. But what's the last no-brainer game, Diego?
Last no-brainer is the Saints traveling to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. We all got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
At home, Monday Night Football. New Orleans, they're looking like they're cooling down from the hot 2-0 start. So we all got the Chiefs and Travis Kelce having a big game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Kelce has a big game. Well, now this game is Monday night. So Monday Night Football, Chiefs show up. But we also know who else is going to show up on Monday Night Football. Now, I can't see our lead cameraman and producer, Aaron, in the background when I say this. Okay, I want to make eye contact with him. But this is Monday Night Football. Diego, who else is going to be might play a part of this game, Diego?
Who?
The Stripes.
Stripes.
The refs.
Oh yeah, of course, the refs. Yes, they have the refs on their side.
Yeah, man. Anything close, we know is going Chiefs. So you can book it. They're going to definitely take care of this game.
Any first down, out of bounds play. Anything close.
That's right. Anything close. Okay. So those are our no-brainer games. You can take that to the bank. You can book it. We have 5 other games that are the hot games that we're going to talk about with Dez. Again, Dez has been found, so we can't wait. You do not want to miss that. Stay tuned for Dez's appearance as he'll be joining us shortly. But before we get to Dez, we have our next special guest. Okay, we're going to take a quick 30-second break, but our next special guest is Liv. Again, Liv Under Par. She is an up-and-coming golfer, high school sophomore that is tearing it up out there, winning golf tournaments left and right, and is your next golf phenom out of North Carolina. So we cannot wait to welcome her. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and when we come back, you will see Liv. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, man. We have Olivia, Liv Under Par. All right. So Diego, I got to start this. I know you have a question to kick us off, but let me just give a little background here, because this is one of those full circle moments that makes me feel extremely old right here. So, moving down here for high school, I grew up in Illinois outside Chicago, moved here to North Carolina, and then switched schools halfway through. And one of my great friends in school during that time, name was V. Well, I could say that was my nickname for her, V. And so we were really close throughout high school, after high school, all of that. And so it's so funny now to be sitting here with her daughter, who is about the same age as my son. And I can't believe that we are sitting here with kids that are in high school. Yeah. So just a full circle moment. But Liv, it is a pleasure to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we've been following you on social media. We got your Instagram here. So at Liv_par, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff with Liv. And it's a pleasure to have you here, the golf phenom out of Southeastern High School. But Diego, go ahead and kick us off with the first question for Liv.
So my question, I played team sports all my life. So how is it to be a star of an individual sport?
It's kind of nice. I like the individual sport. It's kind of like, it's just amazing. I like it so much better than a team thing because you're on your own. So it's really up to you to make it happen.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, team sports, you got the camaraderie of the team, but I can only imagine. I never played an individual sport, also, but when you think of your biggest stars, you think of how Tiger turn the world upside down. You think of, the biggest boxers. You think of, some of those people that play the individuals. It's all you. It's all on you. You can't sub. So that must be a certain. I imagine that's very gratifying, but then it can also be a lot of pressure, I'm sure. Also,
yeah, a lot of pressure, and eventually, as you grow into your sport, you got to learn how to deal with the pressure. And so you can either let the pressure help you grow,
right,
or you can let it break you. So you got to choose.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I know you had that determination to not let it break you and do big things. So, how did you get into golf? I know, I put clubs in Diego's hand when he was 2, and he would kind of go out with me and whatnot, and it was so funny because he would get mad because he wanted to go in the sand trap. Yeah. And I'm like, no, we don't want to be in the sand trap.
Yeah, I want to stay in the fairway.
But how did you get into golf?
So ever since I was little, I've always kind of been near golf. One of my favorite uncles, Uncle George White, he lives in Charlotte. He's been playing golf for like 18 years. Yes. So when I got invited to an event, I fell in love with golf. It was a first tee event, actually. Absolutely loved it. I called him up and was like, hey, I think I'm serious, because he's always been wanting me to play golf. But I was like, no, because I've always been like in other sports like basketball and everything like that. Okay. So after I went to that first tee event, really liked it, told him about it, and he got me kickstarted from there. Like, I don't know where I would be without my uncle.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Nice. So what other, so you mentioned other sports, so you were playing other sports, basketball, those sports?
I did basketball. I've been in martial arts ever since I was 5 years old, Shotokan specifically. Mm-hmm. I'm very thankful I was in that as well, because it helped me be or have discipline. Mm-hmm. I'm very disciplined. So that's helped me a lot. Without martial arts, I don't think I'll be as disciplined as I am right now.
Yeah. Now, you played in our golf tournament, the TNT Creative Group golf tournament back in March. And that was the first time I had the pleasure of meeting you and saw you play. And, yeah, it was a treat to see you play. Now, Diego, we've been trying to get him to play. Like I said, he had clubs since he was 2. Yeah. And I know you all were on the range together, and you were seeing how would you assess his game?
It was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen worse. It wasn't too bad. It could use some work, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, see, man, so there's hope, man. You come home. This is where you need to be. Yeah.
At least I'm solid. That's good.
Yeah, you're solid. You're solid. Definitely solid. So, Liv, where what are your? I know you're a sophomore now, and I'm sure you get asked all the time about college.
Oh yeah,
that next step. So, what are your thoughts towards college?
So, I want to major in sports medicine. I want to make sure the college or university that I go to, it fits my major as well as my sport, because you never know. I might get injured. God forbid, I might get injured, and I have to have a backup. So, if I stay in state, UNC Chapel Hill, NC State, Duke University, and then if I go out of state, we'll probably be up north. I know that kind of like sounds weird, but I'm from Boston, up in that area, and a lot of my family members went to Boston College, and I would like to go there. But any school that I go to that's out of state, I want it to be in the ACC because those are schools that are near my hometown, which is like, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Right.
So I could see my family. They could come to me. I'm not too far, like across the world, so they can't come and get me in a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So switching to again, this is the theme of this show has been NFL and whatnot. Do you follow the NFL?
A little bit. My dad is really into that type of stuff. He's a Cowboys fan, so everybody asks me like, "What's your favorite team?" There we go. Everybody's like, "What's your favorite team?" I don't have one, but when my dad's with me, I got to say the Cowboys.
Okay, you got it.
Based off of their record, I'm like, I kind of don't say much, but when it comes to that,
That's right. There's the hometown Panthers too.
yeah.
So
That
that's the route.
Yeah, always the Panthers.
That's the route Diego took.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the breaking news that you actually
Yes.
broke to us. We didn't realize that the NIL, Diego.
Yeah, the NIL.
Yeah. So Diego, what have you heard about the new rule with NIL?
Or the students can get NILs. All high school students, North Carolina, can get NILs now.
Yeah. So Liv, what's your thought on that? Because I'm sure that may have impacted, decisions and whatnot. What's your thought on that?
I'm super happy. I'm super blessed that was able to happen because earlier this year I was like, man, it's disappointing that wasn't at that time offered to public schools because I know a lot of public school kids that are like amazing and that could benefit off of NIL, such as me as myself. So I'm super happy, super blessed that happened, and I just can't wait. Wait.
And especially with golf being such an expensive sport.
Yes.
So if any sport, you want to have NIL support, it is definitely golf. So yeah, that's amazing. So I have to ask, but before you get out of here, and again, follow let's grow Liv's Instagram page. So again, Liv Under Par, you see right here, like and subscribe. Go ahead and do that today. But have you thought about LPGA?
It's come across my mind. I have goals, so I'm just focusing on my main goals now, which is getting a scholarship, getting into the college that I want to get into. Don't want my parents worrying about any college. I want that to be taken care of. I want to do that on scholarship. So that's what I'm focusing on now. Then when I get there into college, when I start playing D1 in a couple of years, go from there, see what's going on in my life. Because you never know, I might see another route that I like better. So it depends. It depends what I got going on.
Nice. Love that. Well, we have it's back here. Oh, sure. Oh, thank you. Back here. So since all the rules have passed and whatnot,
Yes.
I guess it's okay to give you this Pick'em Pros rain jacket. So when you're in the elements, you can think of us. We're behind you. We can't wait to come and watch. Be your biggest fans as you chart your journey. I love how you're taking it one step at a time.
Thank you.
Of course, you got a great family. So I know you're
Thank
grounded.
you.
You're going to be right. So here you go.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Excited to be one of the first shows that you've been on.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back next with Desmond Clark as we go to the hot picks of this week. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Good.
Dance is here. See you there. Oh man, it's about to get live.
Jack can't make it.
Oh, that's all.
There he is.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. All right, we're back. Had a little internet issue, but we are back. Welcome back. Make some noise. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, my heart is it's skipping my brother, my sergeant at arms, Desmond Clark. But we found him. We have Logan Diego. Weren't you concerned?
Yeah, I was worried. I couldn't find him, man.
You should find him. Because I know whenever you beat him, we don't find him.
Yeah.
But we found him. What's going on?
Hey, look, first of all, quit saying we. Diego is the only man that is beating me right now. It's definitely not you, Derek. So let's just get that straight right now. So Diego, props to you for doing your thing right now. But Mr. Thompson, let's quiet that talk down.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, yeah, you know. And you guys are definitely coming back to the pack this week. I can see that for sure. Coming back to the pack. Can you hear me, Des?
This was freezing.
All right.
All right, Des, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. We just froze there. My bad. All right, Des. Well, hey man, let's get into the picks here. We've already done our no-brainers. We've got 5. This first one we actually agree on, but it's one that we had to talk about with you. All right. This is the Dallas Cowboys and the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. All right. So Des, man, who you got in this game?
I think I picked Dallas in this game, right? I think we all picked Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's why I like Dallas. So Pittsburgh, they've been impressive at the beginning of the year, but Dallas, I believe, is a better team than what they've been showing, and I like that Dallas offense to come out and really put up a good showing against that Pittsburgh defense coming into this game. And really, I'm just betting on that Dallas offense over that Pittsburgh defense. That's what it really came down to.
Okay. All right. You doing that? Yeah. What's your take, Diego? We know we all have the Cowboys, but why are you picking the Cowboys?
I got the Cowboys. This seemed like a Cowboy game to win. Like there's some pressure, but there's not a ton of pressure. And if they win this game, then everyone's going to be talking about how good Dallas is, and that's all that they want.
Oh,
so,
man.
This just seems like a Cowboy game.
No. See, what's happening here, the reason why you guys are picking the Cowboys is because I speak fluent Cowboy. Man. Okay? I speak fluent Cowboy. I speak it all things Cowboy, and I know when they're going to win and lose. All right? So you guys saw that I picked them, and I said they were going to win, and all you guys are doing is copying my pick. That's what's happening here.
Diego, man, I thought by now you'll have control of your dad. Yeah, you lifting up that cup over there. Check that cup. See, there you go. Check that cup over there. Make sure he got something clean in there, and he ain't drinking nothing spiked over there because he's talking crazy again.
We might lose this game because of him, man. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Hey, So Diego, like I said, congratulations on all your good picks. I'm right behind you. I'm chasing you, you know. And usually when we do these things, it's usually me and you going back and forth, and your dad is nowhere around. And it's kind of holding to form right now. So the fact that me and you picked with him, either we're bringing him up or he's going to bring us down, one of the two. But that's the only way it's going to go.
All right. You know, I'm gonna let y'all have it. We're gonna move on, Des. Okay. Des, we're gonna move on to your island game. Okay. We'll move on to your island game. And thanks for joining us, my man. All right. So let's go to the Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans. Houston is a 1-point favorite. So Des, you know, typical Des going with the favorite here. Why you going to Texas, man?
Man, I like the way you be setting that up. You know what? We're gonna have to take the mic from you and let Diego be the lead man on this thing. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going with the Texans because I just believe in this team. I seen this team. This was my favorite team to watch last year. They have my favorite player in the NFL. QB1 for the Texans is my favorite player in the NFL. And I watched this defense play against Chicago Bears a couple weeks ago. And this defense is probably the fastest defense in the NFL right now. And I like this defense to shut down the Bills coming into this game. And like I said, my favorite player is a QB1 for the Houston Texans. And I don't think that they've played their best offensive football just yet. And I look for them to get on track in this game and take this game over the over the Bills.
I see what he's doing. I see what he said. CJ is his favorite player in the NFL. I see what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Des, was that a shot?
Is that a shot?
A shot at who?
Bryce. CJ.
I mean, dude, listen, man. Don't everybody breed Carolina Panther football like you do. Don't take it personal. I mean, if your QB1,
that's what we're developing. Bryce. They be better than CJ. He beat CJ head to head in a football game. People don't know.
In college?
No, in the NFL.
Preseason?
In the NFL. Last year.
Preseason?
The NFL.
Yeah, it
Was
really
it
happened.
preseason?
No, regular season. It happened.
Hey, listen. I got short-term memory, man. I don't remember all of that. I just know one team. I just know one team had the worst record in the NFL, and one team went to the playoffs.
Well, Bryce beat him head to head. That's all that matters.
Did. So Diego, we know that Dez has Houston in this one. Going with the home team. Favorite going with his boy CJ. Who you got?
I'm going with the Bills. I think they're the better team. And the last Diggs revenge game, they lost. So I think that the Texans may throw the ball might force the ball to Diggs. So I don't like that. I think the Texans are best when they spread the ball. So I got the Bills.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to force the ball to Diggs. That's going to be an issue. And Houston's been off this year. They haven't put it all together.
CJ's
now,
fault.
I will say, if they're going to put it together, this would be the game to put it together for sure. But they haven't. They're looking like a team that's dealing with not being able to live up to the expectations is what they look like this year. So they've struggled. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bills. And with the Bills coming off of that embarrassing loss last week, I think the Bills are going to come in here and have some momentum. Josh Allen is going to step up this week, get back into the MVP conversation, and they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game by 6. They're going to win this game by 6. That's what I got.
Well, all those things that you just said, them losing last week, I mean, just getting ran through like they got ran through. I think the Texans won't have to throw the ball around that much. I think they're going to use that same formula and go for 160 on the ground and win that way.
Okay. All right. All right, Des. Well, Des, you're on the island, so we'll be watching this one closely. Is this a 1:00 game?
Yeah, 1:00 game.
Man, they messed
just like the Panthers.
They messed up the schedule this week. Well, yeah, the Panthers always 1:00. That's just
it will always be 1:00. Get that one out the way early. Hey, I forgot. I'm talking to a whole Carolina crowd over there, so I better simmer down a little bit.
yeah, Des. Yeah.
Bears are 1:00 too. So
that's right. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about. We got the big matchup. The prime. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Panthers versus the Bears in a minute. But let's get to the next island again. So Diego, you were on the island for 3 games. All right, Diego. So I definitely know you're coming back to the pack. So this is great. So all I have to do is sit back and just watch you guys come back to me, and everything's gonna be fine. But we've got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals.
Yeah.
Okay. The Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite. And Diego, who you got in this?
I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 1-3. They're desperate for a win. So I know they're playing their best football. The running game's looking really good this year with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. They got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins looking healthy, and Joe Burrow's been playing MVP football. People just haven't been noticing because they're 1-3, but his stats been really good. So
let me smell your cup. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
It says MVP stats. MVP.
Huh?
Looking like MVP. If they weren't 1-3, he would be MVP conversation.
Just against Carolina?
No, I'm talking about the whole year. The whole
I
year.
don't know. Go ahead, Des.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, you bet against your Carolina Panthers. And hold on, and just let me go back to something. I seen you at the game cheering on Carolina, but you picked the Bengals. Like, what kind of hypocrite type stuff is that going on where you pick a team to lose, but you're sitting there cheering for them?
When you're a Panthers fan, you go into a Panthers game. If the Panthers have a high possibility of losing, okay, so you got to pick the opposing team so that if they lose, you're not all the way sad. But if they win, you're with the fans, you're celebrating. It's all good. So that's the strategy. That's how you got to do it.
So you was gonna be happy. You just want to be happy either way it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Des. In fairness, I think I remember you doing that with the Bears.
Listen, man, why you bringing up old stuff, man? We talking about stuff last year. I mean, we're a better version of ourselves now, so we don't do that type of stuff anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, man, don't be trying to take up for your son over there because you know let's get back to this game.
All right.
The only team the Bengals beat this year was the freaking Panthers.
The Panthers are good now. We have Andy Dalton.
The Panthers are not good now. The Panthers played 1 or 2 good games. And the Bengals
It's the Bears.
And the Bengals, we ain't talking about the Bears right now. Let's stay focused here. The Bengals played 1 good game against a lousy team. And the Ravens are coming off their best game of the year. The all the momentum is with the Ravens. And I see the Ravens duplicating what they did last week and rushing for another 180 against this Bengals team and winning this game. And it won't be close. And it's an AFC North rivalry game. So they know each other. And I got the Ravens winning this game by 10.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, Des and I agree on this one. The adults in the room. The Ravens are starting to hit their stride. They're playing the way that they're supposed to play. That Bengals defense is awful. Defense is awful. So the defense alone is going to give the game away.
They have that corner that the one hand to pick. So
I love that one corner that they have, but that's not enough. That's not enough. No.
If you ask Diego, the Bengals defense is playing Super Bowl caliber defense, like his quarterback is playing MVP caliber quarterbacking right now.
That's right. All right. Well, so Diego, that's your first island game. Let's move on to the next island game. You've got 2 more island games, and then again we've got Kenny Collins in the building. Showed up here. We're going to talk about Clayton High's basketball team. They are loaded and poised to go down the state. But let's get to this next island game here. You've got the Miami Dolphins are going down to New England to play the Patriots. The Dolphins are 1-point favorite. Diego, who do you have in this one, man?
I have the Dolphins in this one. The Patriots just not a good team, and the Dolphins, they might not be that great, though they don't have Tua, but they still have a lot of weapons in their team. Raheem Mostert's coming back, so their running game is going to be better, and I believe in them this week.
You know what? I can't disagree with you much on this pick. I almost went with the Dolphins. I've seen this game as being a toss-up game. And since the Patriots are playing at home, that's why I went with the Patriots. I mean, this is one of those throwaway games. You flip a coin and you hope you win it. So that's why I went with the Patriots.
Yeah, I agree. This is a toss-up. I don't believe in the Dolphins anymore. I think they are totally broken. And the Patriots, this is a winnable game for the Patriots. They don't have many games that they can win. So I think they're going to come out and really try to get this one. So I think they definitely take care of business at home against the Dolphins. They have not been able to get Tyreek the ball.
Yeah.
McDaniels looks lost. And the Miami Dolphins are struggling. I don't see them going in.
Might need to get Davante Adams.
Who?
The
For who?
Dolphins.
Why?
It's stack up.
They need a
It's
quarterback.
Stack up so the QB can't help but be
They
bad.
need a quarterback.
It can't help but be bad.
Now, Des, we do have a question for you on this with
Mhm.
Miami, because we know Tua looked bad before in Miami, and then you had McDaniels come in. Well, they had Reek and Waddle and all these weapons. As bad as Bryce has looked, do you feel that the Miami system is a good system for Bryce? Do you think he would be good there, or do you think he's just not an NFL quarterback?
After looking at what the veteran came in and did with the Panthers, I have some questions about Bryce, right? Because if somebody else can come in and step in and make that offense look like an offense, then you have to go back and say, well, what the heck was Bryce doing? Why couldn't he get it going? And so if I had to lean towards it right now to say whether Bryce is going to rebound and be a good quarterback, I would say probably not, just because of what the backup has been able to come in and do. It's a totally different team right now than when Bryce was in there. So early on, I thought it was maybe they don't have the players around him. Maybe it's the development. Maybe it's the offensive line. But when you get another backup quarterback to come in and just change up everything and the offense look competent now, then you got to look at who was behind the center.
Okay. All right, that's a great point. 'Cause I know we spoke about that a lot, and felt that Miami might be a good fit. But like you said, Dalton came in there. It's the same owner, the same receivers, same line, same everything, and that offense looks night and day differently. So, all right. Well, we got one more island game here, Des. Before we let you go, we've got, oh my goodness, both of your teams. You got the Carolina Panthers. Diego's Carolina Panthers are going to Chicago. Dez's Chicago Bears. All right.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah,
All
hey,
right.
hold on. Before we go any further, I just want to give a shout out to that Chicago Bear fan that was just in there yelling, "Bear down."
Des, they said they're yelling for Carolina.
No, I heard a Chicago Bear fan in there.
You heard a Bear fan. Okay, you heard one. All right, we're going to stick to that. All right, well, see, Des, you're going to have to come in November, man, so you can bring the orange out. We can see them. But Diego, man, explain yourself. The Carolina Panthers, okay, 1-3. Are they going to go into Chicago and beat the Bears?
Yes, they will. They're going to go into Chicago and beat the Bears because we have Andy Dalton. We have Andy Dalton, and he is the
What happened to
difference.
Bryce?
Yep, he's the difference.
That's right. Okay, he's the difference.
Yep.
So what happened to Bryce?
I mean, Bryce wasn't ready, and Andy Dalton is ready.
Okay.
He's a great quarterback, and he's going to show everyone why he's still a great quarterback.
All right, Des. So you guys are gonna what's up? What's gonna happen in this one, Des?
So having Andy Dalton back there, it gives me a little bit of pause. It gives me a little, he scares me a little bit more than Bryce does. But the thing that I see with the Chicago Bears offense is that they're getting better. Our number one quarterback is getting better. So therefore, I like our offense to put up numbers again this week and beat Carolina.
Okay.
Our defense is gonna come to play ball.
Yeah. They do have a defense.
Are they? Seem kind of mid to me.
Ooh, see mid. Okay, you say the Bears defense is mid.
Yeah.
Now,
leading the NFL in picks last year, and we will do the same this year.
so Des, you mentioned Caleb Williams. How do you feel about the first quarter of his season so far?
Man, I look at some of the play calls that they had that I totally disagree with. That kept points off the board, like running the option on 4th and 1 on the goal line. Our offensive line hadn't played that well to protect him. But the last week when he had time to throw the ball and when I think the play calling was better, he performed better. And we don't need him to put up 300 yards. We just need him to be a competent quarterback to win games because we have weapons. We have three great receivers. We have a great running back, two good running backs. The offensive line needs to play well, and he just needs to protect the ball because the defense is going to be there.
Okay. All right. Hey. Yeah, it's interesting. So what about Jaden Daniels? You're naturally gonna hear the comparisons there, and of course, I mean, there's no denying how good he looks, but the argument can be that he's just in an offense that's tailor-made for him. Now, I don't want to, although you always speak your mind and whatnot, but at the same time, I know you're a Bear guy. I don't want to get you in trouble in Chicago. But
no, man, listen, that dude is balling. I don't care what type of offense you in. You still got to go out and make the plays. You still got to go out and make the throws. I mean, I don't care. The play call is the play call, right? And even if he is in a better offense, right? He still got to make all the adjustments. He still got to throw the ball on time. He still got to call the plays and just running the ball. The dude is he was like 23 for 28 or something like that the last game. 2 games in a row. I'm sorry, 2 games in a row. So that tells me that he's very, very legit. And you could see the same thing as you seen last year where the number 2 pick is outperforming the number 1 pick. Now, I just hope that the number 1 pick is not doing as poorly as the number 1 pick did last year. And that's not a shot, Diego, at all. It's just real. Hopefully, hey, the number 2 pick is playing better than the number 1 pick right now. Whether that's offense, whether that's skill or whatever it is, you can't deny that. And just hopefully our guy Caleb is not as bad as the number 1 pick was last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you definitely don't want to be as bad as the number 1 pick was last year. So yeah, I think that's the barometer.
Hey, so Diego, I wasn't trying. That's your dad over there trying to
I know.
pick out your quarterback.
I wouldn't. I got your back, Diego. You know I got you. I love you.
You had to really had to extend that one. That wasn't necessary.
That wasn't necessary. All right. Well, hey, Des, man, good luck to you this week, but not really. As we go into these, as we go into week 5, man, we're all gonna be watching, and depending on the outcome, we may or may not be sending messages to each other Sunday night.
And listen, man, I haven't been able to be focused because I'm trying to be more like you, and build a significant business here, like you did with TNT. But I'm back on it, and I'm coming back to take the chain. I'm coming back to snatch it, Diego. And next week I'll be wearing the chain. I do got the best 1-week record of all time at 14-2. And Mr. Thompson, I believe you got the worst record of all time in a 16-game week. I think he was like 4-12, right, Diego?
12. 4 and 12.
Yeah, he was like 4-12 1 week.
I don't know about
That's
that.
bad.
I don't know about that.
4 and 12.
But this week I'll be wearing the chain.
Definitely gonna get the chain. All right. Well, we got a lot of people saying they're definitely gonna get the chain. So we're gonna see what happens. And whoever gets it is definitely gonna be bragging and swinging it. And then we'll talk about it more next week. So, all right, Des. Well, hey, man, we'll let you get back to it. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week, sir. All right. Crowd, send you much love. All right, y'all. So that's Des. So, hey, we're going to take one final 30-second break. And then now I know we got some Clayton people. Is Clayton in the building now? There we go. Clayton is in the building. Clayton just arrived a little later, but Clayton is in the building now. All right. So we've got Kenny Collins, the coach of the varsity basketball team. We're going to end with him. We're going to talk about how Clayton's going to go all the way and make their road to the state championship this year. So let's take one last 30-second break, and then we'll finish up with Kenny. All right. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Let's make some noise for Kenny Collins. Yes, yes, yes. All right,
guys. Thank you.
Yeah, oh yeah, let's get it. Pick pro. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, Kenny, that's how we're gonna have it jumping at the Clayton basketball games this
Love
year,
to
man.
hear that. Love to hear. That's what we need.
Yeah, that is. Well, man, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on becoming the head coach of Clayton basketball.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, man. It's a huge opportunity, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, great. So, Diego, I think you gonna start off?
Yeah. So my question was, do you enjoy like coaching a team that has a lot of the key returning players that your team has?
Yeah, it's I actually love it because I actually had a chance to get hands on with them a little bit. Just want to build that relationship with those guys, and having returners, it always helps, right? Because when you got guys you're already kind of close with, you can be a little harder on them, right? Because they now know where you're coming from and know you mean it from a good place.
Yep, sir.
So, Coach, what's your connection to Clayton? We saw you on the sidelines before, in an assistant capacity. You've worked your way up with the ranks, but how did you? What's your connection to Clayton?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Clayton, North Carolina. Lived my whole life there. It's been a huge part of the community from youth sports all the way up until being a graduate. I actually graduated from Corinth Holders High School, but was still a big part of the Clayton community. It's just my whole life, my family, my whole family's from there. So it's just a big impact. They made a big impact on my life, and I'm lucky to be back and kind of give back to what the town gave me.
Yeah. So we know you have a amazing team. We had the pleasure of attending a lot of games last year, and we're excited about some of the returning players that you have this year. Maybe talk to us about what this team looks like this year.
Yeah, we got some new faces. We got a lot of returners, like you said. Now it's just going to be about putting it all together. We got a good group of guys. We're really senior driven. We're going to look at probably about 8 or 9 seniors on one team. So that's when it comes to high school basketball, that's a lot more than you really get on any team. So just having those guys, having those leaders come back, and kind of knowing how it's done the right way, and sky's the limit when you have a good group like this. The opportunity is there, and like I said, there's a story to be told, and we want to end it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you feel that so you have a senior-led team, so you have a lot of experience clearly. What do you guys need to improve on coming into this season?
I would just say getting, kind of gelling together, right? We got those new guys that are going to be big pieces for us. We got returners that have obviously been around, but now it's going to be about everybody just buying into one common goal. We got to, like I said, with the group we have, talent can only take you but so far. We got to really kind of get guys to gel together and, make it happen. It's like a puzzle piece. You're trying to fit a puzzle. You got all these pieces. Now we gotta make it one solid puzzle. So that's my job, right? So hopefully, we can make it happen, and we will make it happen.
Yeah, definitely will. And so for those that don't know, just Clayton sports in general has really been on the rise. It has a rich history, but I mean, we saw at the football game just the other night. I mean, we had people parachuting out of the sky, landing on the field. I mean, it felt like a college or pro game. Just, man, it explained just the love for Clayton athletics in the town of Clayton, how they rally around the team.
Yeah, really, man, it's with all the sports too. Clayton's been such a football dominant school for a long time, and then basketball has also been up and down. But I think when you bring everything together in the community, and just everything with Clayton athletics, it's just nothing compares. It's still that home small town feel, but it also kind of has that big community as well. So I just think that the administration and the community does such a good job pouring into each sport. It's not one sport just all together. It's just like it's a group effort, And as you can see last night when we were at the football game, there was basketball players sitting in the student section. There's baseball players sitting in the student section, and that's what it takes to have a successful program. You got to have just good relationships with all the programs, and all the coaches and admin got to be on the same page. And as you can tell, they're headed in the right direction when it comes to that.
Absolutely. And so for those that don't know about you, tell us a little bit about just your basketball journey, just coming up, playing. We know that you are close with Gary Clark,
Yes.
who came out of Clayton and made it to the league.
Yep.
Tell us just about your basketball journey.
Yeah, so childhood, me and Gary Clark played on the same travel AAU basketball team. So that's how we built that relationship. Me, my brother, and a couple of our I consider them brothers, but my friends, we just grew up playing together. Went to Corinth Holders High School, like I said, graduated from there. Then I went on to play at St. Augustine's University, which is here in Raleigh, Division II NCAA. After college, I got a chance to go play professionally for 4 years in Mexico. And that's kind of what led me to get this experience, right? Like when you get to see the game at different levels and different countries, even, you see things done the right way and you see it done the wrong way. And I think I've been lucky enough to see it done the right way. And I'm going to use that experience and bring it to Clayton High School and just give it everything I got.
Absolutely. Wow. And so we want to give the audience a chance to ask any questions. So if anybody has any questions for Coach, we want to give them a chance to ask them, or if you just have any general questions of Pick 'em Pros. So we want to start to give you an opportunity to do that. So if anybody has a question that they'd like to ask, come on in, or if you want to put the question in the chat, go ahead and ask us that question again, overall for Pick 'em Pros or for Coach here. All right, and it looks like we do have a question, so we'll go ahead and we'll just borrow that mic right there. Oh yeah, please.
All right. First off, thank you guys for having me on the show today. It was awesome. Enjoyed it.
Thank you for being here.
My question is, for you guys, how has sharing the mic and discussing sports together strengthened your bond? And are there moments where your perspectives clash, both as co-host and father and son?
Oh, wow.
That's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question. You want to take that?
We definitely do clash with our, opinions all the time, with our picks and everything. So, yeah, we definitely do that.
Yeah, we definitely clash. What you see on the show is real and genuine, and that's just no different than how we are at home. So it's the exact same. It has definitely made us closer for sure. I mean, there's no way to avoid that. We were already close, so what you see on camera is what we have outside. But we have fun. We like to go at it, and definitely we clash at times as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, great question. Thank you, Tony.
I got two questions for you. Number one, who's leading the Pick 'em Pros Fantasy Football League now that Neighbors is out? How's your team performing?
Oh man, that's a great one. Pick 'em Pro. I think now, Brandon. I know you're watching, so Brandon, you probably have the app up. So go ahead and put that in. I think Brandon is probably winning. No, Mike, you're winning. You're the only one undefeated. Okay, my bad, Mike. So Mike is lucky right now. He's undefeated just for right now. Mike, yeah. So shout out to Mike. Detroit is winning, but okay, it's just regular season. In fantasy football, it's all about the playoffs. If there's playoffs,
Yeah.
So he's winning right now, but we're all let's say I am building my team for the playoffs. So I will LeBron chase down block and win the championship in Pick 'em Pro. So you can book that. Go ahead and put all your money. Go ahead and put all your money on Derek Thompson.
Okay. The other question is, who do you like better, Alvin Kamara or Saquon Barkley?
Oh, who
I think
you got?
Saquon. Saquon's been more consistent. Alvin was looking good for the first two games,
Yeah.
but
Great
Saquon's
question.
been more
Who
consistent.
you think? Who you think, Coach?
I'm going to take Saquon, man. I think Saquon and the Eagles is a great fit. And I think Saquon's going to make a run at the MVP this year.
Ooh, yeah. I have to say Saquon as well. Yeah, definitely Saquon. Although I'm surprised with Kamara. I'm surprised
He's having
that
a
he
good year.
stepped up. I mean, in a way, I'm not because of what you said, Diego.
Yeah, the contract season.
Yeah, it's
I like that.
so. But before I realized it was a contract season, I was surprised. But then when I learned that, I'm like, yeah, that it seems like, and not that it's even an intentional thing. It just seems that that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time for a contract, it's like, hey, you gotta put a little something extra in it.
You want some new money.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Absolutely. Do we have? Okay, that's it. Okay. I wanna shout out here because he came out here. Oh, it's a question on the screen. Oh, hold on. We got it. Okay, here we go. We got a question on the screen. Okay, this from Johnny O. Johnny O from Whole Shots, which is another channel that TNT produces a part of. Johnny O said, is there any way we could set up a one-on-one between Derek and I? Oh, him at Clayton School Gym. Now, Johnny, you don't want me to embarrass you there at the Clayton High, especially at the Clayton High Gym. I'll get all hype. I have Coach there and
The
everything.
gym is open for that.
Yeah, man. Nah, Johnny, you want no parts of this. So no, sir. No, sir. Love you, but you want none of this. You want none of this. Now, Case in the crowd, okay, who goes to Clayton High, is up and coming. Case will give me a run for my money. All right, but Johnny, you have no chance. You have no
I'll
chance.
give you a run for your money too. You scared to play me. You haven't played me in like 2 years.
We can set that up.
We should have.
We can set that up.
Yeah,
we can definitely. We can definitely set that up.
Now, Diego.
Yeah, I got it.
So Coach, let's talk a little bit of football. As I know you came on here and we were,
man, love football.
When I saw you yesterday, we're like, man, you got to get your picks and whatnot. So who's your team?
I really don't have a team. I just love the game of football. I played football growing up. I was a quarterback, so I just got a lot of love for good players and a lot of high IQ stuff going on the football field.
Yeah. Okay. Quarterback. Ooh, man. Yeah. So quarterback. You gotta have high IQ to play.
Gotta be a smart kid, man.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So let me think of the big games this week. So Cowboys Steelers. This is a loaded question. We got Cowboys Steelers fans here. Cowboys Steelers. Who you got this week?
Man, I think the Cowboys get them. I think they bounce back. They've been off to a slow start.
All right.
Oh yeah. All right. I do think the Cowboys get the Steelers. The Steelers are obviously greatly coached by Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys are due, man.
All right.
I think they're going to peak at the right time. They're going to get going and make a run.
Okay, they make a run. What are some of the other hot games, Diego, that we want to get his take on?
Bills Texans. That's another hot one.
Yeah, I think the Texans might sneak that. I think the Texans lost last week.
Yes, they did.
I think they lost last week, and I think they're due for a bounce back as well. Well, another game I really was looking at was the winless Jaguars.
Yes.
They play at home against the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost 3 games by less than 5 points. So I think, they're due for a win as well. I think the Jags get their first win.
Yeah, we agree with that one. But then there's 2 other big ones, Diego.
There's
the Bengals.
What about the Ravens-Bengals?
Ravens-Bengals. That's a great matchup, man. And I heard you say, the Bengals only 1 win right now. They're looking for another one. Ravens also didn't start too well, but I'm a Ravens guy, so I think Lamar takes care of business. I think he's really focused as well. And I'm hearing maybe possibly Davante Adams to Baltimore could be a thing. I think that would be a great fit.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
With Zay Flowers in the slot, you got Davante out wide, Lamar throwing and running. It's Derrick Henry in the backfield.
Yeah.
Defense coming along. That's a good team.
Yeah, that would be nasty. All right, and then the last one is the Panthers. Panthers going to Chicago, play the Bears.
Yeah, man, it's just tough to take the Panthers right now. With everything going on. If I'm the Panthers, I would go ahead and call it a season. Try and go get Travis Hunter. Try to put people in the stands, make it exciting again. I think they kind of lost a little excitement when they lost McCaffrey, and they wanted Bryce Young to come in and feel that excitement, and it wasn't the fit. But Andy Dalton's going to throw that thing. That's what we know. Like he'll probably have 40 attempts tomorrow.
You know it. Yeah, he probably will. Well, we'll get you out of here on this, and we'll wrap up. We want to talk about the path to the state. This year. So the Clayton Hoop Squad made it to the playoffs last year. I think it was 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah, the 2nd round we lost to Millbrook, who ended up going to the 4th round.
Okay.
So they went to lost to a good team. We got a little experience. I wish we would have got a little bit more in the playoffs, but I think it's kind of setting us up for a good run. Yeah, you're definitely poised. So everybody, you want to check out Clayton High School basketball this year. You don't want to miss it. This team is loaded. So going all the way this year, that's the plan, right? Like I said, it's a good way to end a book, right? It's a good story to tell. Like I said, I'm senior driven, so if we can kind of get all these guys bought into one goal and not care about who does the work as long as the work gets done, I think we really got a chance to make a run. Good. I love it. Well, hey, you go ahead and take care of that, and then I know you'll have the next crop up. We got some of the players in the crowd that are going to be playing JV and whatnot. So I know they'll be ready to come in and take the reins. I'm excited, man.
All right. Well, hey, man, pleasure to have
Yeah,
you.
man. Thank you so
Pleasure
much.
to have
Thank
you.
Diego.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, guys.
Kitty Collins. Kitty Collins.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. All right. Yes. So I think is that a wrap, guys? All right, that is a wrap. So you know how we end it. Hold on, let me get the outro here. On 3, you got to say Pick'em Pros real loud. So Mike, you gonna count them down? All right.
3, 2, 1.
Pick'em Pros.
All right, we love y'all. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much.